putting yourself in all those angles, that didn't make you a stubborn guy.
When you come to Sahara Spring, it is just not a bar or a restaurant. Here is an institution.
So you can't do one thing.
I got defrauded by a group of people.
Whilst you were in the politics.
Whilst I was in the politics, you know. Being in entertainment doesn't make you a stubborn guy.
You know, that is not the focus. Every day I say that.
That school was like a dream come true for me.
How will you become manager over this big place?
I remember back in school, I had music where I recorded at Oja 420. Oja 420. For all my time I spent in Asase Radio, I never received even one CD at Asase Radio. But
catch anything.
No, I don't know, I just felt like I could do radio. It was just a feeling. I will always tell the youth that it's a mindset. I bought my first car.
Wow.
I bought Camry. That was my first car I bought. Internet.
How did you enter in Asase Radio?
Asase Radio.
Have you been with drugs before? Are you a Christian?
Yeah, madam full
So the trigger be the bullet, the gun trigger go away. Maybe that one.
Discover Who You Are podcast.
We are coming to have a great conversation with a great man. You know, I met this man about 10 years ago, and then he was in the industry. And today, he shifts from the industry, and then he is manager. And you know, when you hear the story about this great man, it's marvelous. That is why today I have to come and sit with him, because I know that when the youth are watching this video live, or you know, they will learn something from it. So today we are at Sahara Spring Restaurant Pub. You know, the manager of Sahara. So let's channel to him and then have chit chat with him. Manager Akwaba.
Amazing.
Trigga Biney. It has been a long time, you know. I think we met at Roots House TV.
I know.
And you are the host for the entertainment show, and then I was behind the camera.
Exactly.
You know, you did your best, and then you see, it was crazy. It was crazy. And moving from there, becoming a radio presenter, and then right now you are managing a big pub like this in Central Region, Cape Coast. It's amazing.
Yes.
How do you get Trigga Biney? Is that your real name or what?
No. So my name on all my documents is Prince Biney.
Prince Biney.
Yes, Prince Biney.
That is your name,
That's
Prince Biney.
So Prince Kwabena Biney. That is the name on my passport, on my Ghana card, on all my official documents is Prince Kwabena Biney. And the Trigga is my nickname. And so that Trigga, you know, came somewhere when I was in the senior high school. I was given the name Trigga, and somehow that name became so popular that it overshadowed my name Prince. And so anytime anybody was looking for me, it was the Trigga. When I felt like Biney is also my surname, I added the Biney, and then it became Trigga Biney.
So the Trigga be the bullet, the gun trigger go away.
Maybe that one, no.
Maybe that one. Oh, so I've been thinking, you know, as I post your flyer on social media, people were saying that, people were testing me, Charlie, Trigga is coming on your show, Trigga is coming on your show. Everybody was ready to hear what you say on the show, you know, because they know you, they know the management work you are doing, and then, you know, Trigga, may I ask you, are you a Cape Coaster?
Of course, I'm a Cape Coaster. I was born and raised here in Cape Coast. And so I was born at the University of Cape Coast Hospital. I attended Appeusika Nursery. And then so from Appeusika Nursery, I went to Appeusika School Class 1. And then I was moved from Appeusika School to the university. primary school where I did the basic there from class 1 to class 6. And then from there, I went to the University Junior High School as well to continue. And then from University and Junior High School, I proceeded to St. Augustine's College. So I'm an Absunian.
Oh, Absu. Yeah, because there was a time, I think there was some month ago, I saw that they are doing old school show.
Yes.
I saw your post designing deco, doing deco over here, like Oga School and this. I was asking myself that, Trigga, you a student from Oga School? And at the same time, I saw a disco 1 2.
Yes.
And then I said, what? So as manager, you are, I mean, you know how to put things down, you know how to push things, you know. So how was Oga School when you entered in SS? What happened?
So St. Augustine's College, I think Oga School was like a dream come true for me. It had always been the school I wanted to attend. When I was a child, I remember it's Apusika.
Yeah.
So Apusika is a village inside the University of Cape Coast. And so when you're coming to town or when you're coming to Kotakraba to buy stuff, you would have to, use the road, the Ola Road, which obviously is going to pass in front of St. Augustine's College. So when I was a child, I remember anytime I was coming to town with my mom, I usually sit on her lap. Anytime I get to Oga School, I just look at the school and I'm like, Mama, no school in Amabo. I didn't even know. So me growing up till I went to SS, all the school that I knew was in Augustine's College, and I knew no school else. I had heard of Adisado College, but I don't know who Adisado. I've not gone there. I don't know how Adisado looks like. I don't know. I had heard Infante Pim School. I don't even know how Infante Pim School looks like, but I was so obsessed with St. Augustine's because anytime I was going to town with my mom, I passed there, I look at the school and I'm like, this is amazing, I really want to be here. And so I think in the year 2008, I had the opportunity to enter St. Augustine's College, Form 1, to read agricultural science. And so that's what I did in St. Augustine's College. I think that if you ask me, back to the question about my life in St. Augustine's College, trust me, it was a very beautiful experience for me. For somebody who had grown up all in Apusika, it was a different environment for me to now get to know people who had come from Accra, from Kumasi, from Tamale. It was the first time where we were all going to be in the same space, in the same dormitory, stay on campus, study, and do stuff. And so I think it was an amazing opportunity for me. But in all that I was doing in St. Augustine's College, there was one thing that I said to myself, and I know when I entered school, usually, I don't know if it's still there, but usually, if you're somebody from Cape Coast and you are in school, my time in St. Augustine's College, it's kind of like people look down upon you because they feel like Cape Coast is a village. There's nothing here. So that crap people, if they can't school, no, Charlie. The one your view, flexing. Tell you say, hey, Charlie, we get if they can't school, they talk about Accra more. Anymore, I would have myself like that kind of, but through it all, I said to myself that I was always going to make sure that I stand tall in whatever I was doing in St. Augustine's College. And so in school, one of the things that I did there was I was a sports person. Yes. I ran for my school. I was a 400 meters runner. I did hurdles for my school. I played handball. I was the handball captain. I played a little bit of basketball also in school. I was part of my house team, yes, for the basketball. Aside basketball as well, I was part of the drama team, which during my time we went to Trigga Fest. That was a drama competition, and we won for the school. I was the best male actor in the competition. and aside the drama as well, anything entertainment, you could find me there. Saturday night, I was entertaining the students with music that I had made myself and with my with my colleagues in school. I remember back in school, I had music where I recorded at Oja 420. Oja 420. I recorded the music from his end and all of that. So I was fully into entertainment. So I entertain people on Saturday night, and then the Sunday morning, which is mass, you will see me leading the choir, also singing as well. So people were like, hey, now you Trigga, if you come entertainment today, if you come the church side today, you day there. And so I think that when you come to St. Augustine's College, I will always say that because I loved the school and I also wanted to prove a point in there, I always made sure that I got myself into a lot of activities, and every activity that I got myself into, I made sure that I was either the best or among the best.
Wow.
Yes.
I didn't know like you are into sections, you are into sections. So in entertainment, putting yourself in all those angles, that didn't make you a stubborn guy in school, in SS, that didn't make you a stubborn guy.
Okay. I will say that, being in entertainment doesn't make you a stubborn guy. You get it. But you see, back in school, obviously there are some of the things that you will do that it will end up making teachers and people tell me as a stubborn person. Me, for instance, because I came from Cape Coast and was so actively in entertainment, there were certain weekends that Holy Child is having a program and you have to be there. Sometimes you don't have the exit and you have to run away from school. You know what I mean? I was breaking bounds, running away, and then going to town, and all of that. And some of these things, obviously, made teachers and other colleagues term us as bad boys. But in terms of me being a bad person, I don't think that I was really a bad boy. It was
wow.
the school life. In school, obviously, there are certain things you're going to do on a normal boys vibe. But, I always make sure that in as much as I am giving my attention to, the entertainment and doing stuff for the school, I was also taking my books very serious.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because sometimes those who run in school, those who do entertainment on other stuff, they didn't learn.
Yes, it's true.
They didn't learn.
It's true.
That is why I'm asking you that when you were stubborn that time, because any section you are there, any section, I
was part of everything, but the whole point was also, I think it's by the grace of God.
Oh, wow.
But sometimes me myself, I don't understand. I could feel Charlie, you want to me a rough, but your trial exams are 1 year, a cry. You want to me a chair, and so a bone day is shemizi. Not Yakupon. I really don't know. Mine was just to make sure I go to class, I listen to whatever the teacher is saying, and that's it. Even if I don't take a book to read, when we write exams, I'm in there. I will make sure that I'm passing. Once I listen and I listen attentively, that's it. I just grab it. Because sometimes she has it, but like I'm saying, it's just by the mercies of God, and some of us we have a little bit of attentive memory, and so you take a cry and easy to your chores, and so that was how come we were able to pass through. And it even got to a point where people in the school were confused whether I was a Cape Coast guy. They were like, Trigga, be Gaboy or something, because the things that I was doing in the school, because they looked down on Cape Coast people.
Sure.
Because it got to a point, I can confidently say that my year group, the year group 2012, I was part of almost everything. And I was one of the people that were always like, spearheading activities and doing things here and there for the school. And so you should imagine. And so it was something that was, at the end of it all, great for me. And I was also able to prove to my people that if you come from Cape Coast or if you live in Cape Coast, that doesn't mean that you can't make it. You can do it.
Sure. Sometimes people think like there's anything better in Cape Coast, when you are coming from here, especially when you do a lot of things over here, they think, go to Accra, it will pick.
Exactly.
But you know, that is not the focus. Every day I say that Cape Coast, we can do it, you know. Way forward, you know, as we move from the education, your SS background, you know, can you give me a school anthem, a short?
Oh, of course. No guest in here, tell Papa, no cranya me sum or sabe, Ebibim Catrick for one and yam, I saw concron in church, Mo guest and Yanadam for pa, or who tell Monica neighbor, Tayana son, Nachi Chajian, Amaya Fatanya Miniche.
I say, Charlie,
that's my school.
Yeah, man.
I love St. Augustine's College.
Sure.
I know almost everything about St. Augustine's College.
Yes. Are you a Christian?
Question of religion. Am I a Christian? Wow. This is a very tough question. It's a very tough question for me, but I was born into a Christian family. My mother is a Christian, my father is a Christian. I grew up in a house where my mother, my grandmother were all Christians, and you know, we're going to church every day, every time. We never missed church, Sunday school.
Sure.
But I think that growing up, I won't still say that I'm not a Christian, but growing up, you know, there's been a lot of things that I've learned in terms of religion, and has given me a deeper meaning and understanding of religion itself. And so now I hardly go to church, but I feel like the principle is always to do unto others what you want others to do unto you. And so I'm still reading. I still read wide. I won't say I am so religious, like that there be a Sunday be a chapel. I don't go to church. But I make sure that I do the right thing. I make sure that when you do the right thing. Sebi se obini because me there on yazi papa I'm obi bo arrange. So I just make sure that I'm doing what is right. I know the Bible, I read the Bible, but I'm not so religious like before. That's how I'm going to put the whole thing.
Charlie viewers, you could the manager. Yeah, but manager not, but since I our lifestyle and yam oracle, you know, wakabebre afanabra bon baby or shasi fi school or kwe. Since we any SS, since I know abazin only Trigga.
Yes, sir.
I see you posting some pictures on social media. I saw you doing, you know, entertainment on Cape FM. How do you start from there?
Okay. So if you don't mind, I would want to go a little back. Okay, so I just want to take it from after SS.
Yeah.
So after SS, I went to the university. So I continued to KNUST, University of Science and Technology in Kumasi, because I felt that, you know, all my life I had been in Cape Coast. From primary to SS, then my Cape Coast. I felt that, you know, I needed a different environment which will challenge me. And so I just decided to be in Kumasi. And so I found myself in KNUST, where I read the Natural Resource Management, Bachelor of Science in Natural Resource Management. And so after the university, proceeded to do my national service in Accra. And then I came back to Cape Coast. And so when I came back to Cape Coast, you know, I was doing a lot of things.
So why didn't stay in Accra? Because people have influenced you that when you do anything in Accra, it makes big, you know.
Personally, I'm one of the few people, I would say few people, who believes in the Cape Coast so much. Me, during my time where I was doing the national service in Accra, I sure didn't feel Accra.
Sure.
Yes. I felt like Accra is so saturated with a lot of people. Kofu baby Accra. Then it's Labadi, Mukwe more than Suman. And the stress I have to pass through every day from Labadi to Dansuman was, I'm and to me, time I made a service, I was saying it in my head that me after my service, I'm done. Accra is not a place I want to leave. And young baby, I want to come back to Cape Coast and then, make it here. That has been, I think it's all about the mindset.
Sure.
And so my mindset was just very simple. I'm coming back to Cape Coast and then do everything here and make sure that I succeed here in Cape Coast. And so that's the main reason why I didn't stay in Accra. I've had countless opportunities in Accra. Even currently, I get opportunities in Accra, but Accra is not a place I have made my mind yet to.
You feel comfortable over there?
No, I just feel that, Charlie.
Sure.
That's what I feel.
I can see in you that the love of Cape Coast is in you, like me.
Yes.
I also was in Accra doing this work, and then later I packed my things. No, I have to come to Cape Coast and set up over here.
It's true.
When we do it here, and the name in Cape Coast here also go up.
It's true.
It will be better than every day we go to somebody's land and then build that land, and then it's very bad. So in terms of your radio in Cape FM, how do you enter there?
I think Cape FM, Cape FM Manchelo. Cape FM Manchelo. Trust me, Cape FM. I was there for less than a month, and so Cape FM, I was just there where I felt like, I don't know. I just felt like I go fit do radio. It was just a feeling that I go fit do radio.
So that time you have not catch your vibe. You have not catch anything.
No.
You have not discovered anything about your life.
No.
So you are doing this. You are doing this. You are doing that.
Doing a lot of things. I was doing a lot of, and even doing a lot of things. Coming to Cape FM and all of that was even around the time where I had come to even Sahara. You get it? But if you permit me, I don't know. I can take you a little bit back. And tell you a little.
It's your time.
And then we can come forward. And so I think that when I finished with Kane University, finished my national service and came back to Cape Coast, thinking that I was coming to make it, I was like, yes, okay, this is my time, and I believe that I will make it. And so yes, then I had my first job opportunity. So my first job opportunity was with a company called TCL.
TCL.
Yes, it was more or less like a financial institution.
Okay.
And so I was employed as their operations manager. Okay, too. Trust me, when I started working with this company, as young as I was, young boy at Miriam University, Charlie, I started making money.
Wow.
Good money. Because it was an investment company where it was similar to like Men's Gold.
Wow.
Men's Gold. And so it was amazing. I was making a lot of money.
Sure.
Young boy at Miriam University. I started the main I had my car, but less than 6 months, I bought my first car.
Wow.
I bought Camry. That was my first car, but anytime I phone X, I bought for Charlie. Charlie, young boy, I started this with him. And so, life got very better and very comfortable for me, extremely comfortable and better. Until there was an incident. And so I don't know if you ever know, but if you are on Facebook, I am very sure that you were very aware that I even picked up funds to contest.
Yeah, we will talk about that. We will talk about that.
Okay.
So after being in radio in Cape FM, you didn't take much time over there. It's just a month, It's just a month you take. And then I saw another post of you seeing that you are in Assassin Radio also.
Yes.
I asked myself, why this guy here and here and here? Because I don't know the spirit you take from Ogasco, being here, that you are growing in, or what. So I asked myself that this guy cover what he want to do? Because life, if you didn't focus and know what you will do, you'll be here, you'll be here, you'll be here. So I was thinking, how did you enter in Asase Radio? What happened?